Good morning. It's me, Pearl, from Pearl and the Prayers, and this is Tuned in Tarot, and we are here to take a look at the balance between the divine masculine and divine feminine energies inside of ourselves, understanding that whatever state we find this energy in, we can expect to see that reflected back to us in our interactions with others, in our external environment. And if we want to see changes, we have to make changes within ourselves in order to do that. So this is a collective reading, and I'm going to just go ahead and begin. I think with the divine masculine energy, we're going to start with unblocking the masculine energy. The first positions that we're going to look at is first just the general energy surrounding where masculine is blocked, and then we'll look at the actual block. So what is coming up for the masculine is the Eight of Swords from the Vice Versa deck, and we're looking, I believe, at the Versa side. And then the Seven of Swords upright. So the general energy surrounding divine masculine right now is he needs to figure out a strategy. He needs to be free to be able to approach the feminine. She is closed off to him. She has her back turned. She's not watching. She is holding on to like the truth, I think, about the situation, whereas masculine has been holding on to the secrets. And the secrets have formed this wall around her that makes divine masculine feel like he's not free to approach her. So he's trying to unblock this, basically. He's trying to find a way to get the feminine to stop protecting herself from him because of the secrets and lies that have existed between the two of them. She's being quiet. Well, do I look? I think I need to look. Hang on a second. Bye. What are you doing? Come on out of the back. Troublemaker. Okay, sorry about that. All right, here we go. So, general energy. How does masculine figure out how to get past these barriers that honestly he put? That's the other thing about this. These are not divine feminine's swords. These seven swords are masculine swords. He has basically built a prison around her because he can't communicate with her. So it's not her, it's not of her making. She's holding on to her truth. And I think he's also holding on to the truth about her. But these are his swords. This is his situation that has developed, okay? So the actual block, we have the King of Swords from the Vice Versa. We're getting the Versa side and also a reversal on it, which is interesting. And then we are getting the Five of Pentacles, which in this deck really reminds me a lot of, it's about lack, but it's specifically that rose is making me feel like lack of love, lack of affection. So the King of Swords in reverse is somebody who's not telling the truth, which we know divine masculine is not doing because he's created this prison of lies that divine feminine is now protecting herself from. She doesn't know any of the context of the lies, why they're told. She's just sitting in a prison of them. And they were of his making. So divine masculine is blocked because he doesn't know how to tell the truth. about his lack of worthiness, his fears of lack of affection, his fears of rejection. And I think that there's a shocking truth that divine masculine doesn't want to share either. There's some unexpected news or some very shocking news that makes it feel difficult for him to be able to come out of this energy of being icy, cold, and aloof, of withholding all of this love and affection from divine feminine. I also think he feels divine feminine is doing this. I think he feels that the feminine energy is blocking him out and being icy, cold, and aloof. I think he's shocked by the fact that his lies and secrets have built a wall enough that divine feminine has decided to walk away in her truth and her integrity, because she can't be a part of the secrecy or the lies that still exist that surround this masculine energy, that like make up his lifestyle or part of his lifestyle. So he's blocked here. He wants to come out of this energy of this lack of integrity. He wants to have strategy also, because the Seven of Swords is about needing a strategy for how to basically restore this love that was lost, this time of separation. So where did this block originate? We have the Temperance card in reverse and the Five of Swords. So this is interesting. This card has the Archangel Raphael type of imagery, more traditional to O.G. Smith Waite. If we turn the image around, we see that what we're being protected from is this gallows energy, right? Or we have either surrendered to perspective and we're gone now, like we're no longer having to be in suspension. And there's strength and freedom that come from temperance. To have the Temperance card in reverse can be issues with alcoholism or substance abuse or addiction in general. And the reversal is also about imbalance, that there isn't a balance between the head and the heart, that there is too much emotions. Divine masculine could have been jealous about third party energy, because sometimes the Five of Swords is about like other choices, other options. And he was hurting himself with these thoughts. Like he doesn't have, he goes into this shadow of the King of Swords because he doesn't have temperance. Like he's not yet able to regulate his emotions. He's maybe tried to end a substance abuse or an addiction and has felt defeated by it. How is this block currently manifesting in the 3D? Interesting. We have the Lovers card and the World. And the Lovers card, we're seeing the Versa side. Here is the Vice side. And the World, okay, this is such an interesting thing, because it's telling us that this block is manifesting in completion. And then we have this manifestation of the Lovers. So it's one of those situations where we're looking at the trust in the divine detours type of a placement, because it's saying that how is this block currently manifesting? Well, it's ending this cycle between them. Now, it's either ending this relationship between them because divine feminine will not budge unless divine masculine ends this cycle of lies and comes in honesty, comes correct, is truthful. So it's either ending the chance for these lovers to come together, or the cycles are ending. The block is causing divine masculine to end karmic cycles and clean up karmic cycles regarding those secrets and lies. And it doesn't have to be about relationships. It can be about work, career, reputation, anything that's blocking you from union as a third party energy. So it can be about ending those karmic cycles. And it also can just be like, it doesn't matter what's going on. What's currently manifesting in the 3D is this union, is this physical union between the masculine and feminine energy. And it's happening on a cosmic level. And look at, there's the pictures, the pour back and forth in the Temperance card. So I think it's causing divine masculine and feminine to face the fears, to face the lies and secrets, to burn away what has been hidden, to make room for new life. I think that we're referencing here the flame aspect of the twin flame situation. And there is also a level of protection over the relationship. So it's like, what is meant to be comes back to me. Energy comes from these cards. There's sort of nothing that could really prevent this union ultimately, is what I'm feeling from those placements. How is this? No, why can't I do this today? What will help remove the block? Oh my God. The moon. And it's the full moon right now. And 6:55 I just saw on the clock, and 11:55 on my little timer here. 7 of Wands in reverse and the moon upright. The moon we could have seen this way, which is like the more traditional version, or this is the Versa side, where we see the feminine doing the work of the star here, where she's like pouring the material into the unconscious. So what will help remove the block would be for the secrets and mysteries to be fully revealed, no longer being defensive about the cosmic element that unites the twins. I think the fears about that being real or not have become a real obstacle. There's subconscious work that we see coming from this. So there's still some subconscious work about needing to fight off parts of ourselves that we're still afraid of. There's something about that coming up. But definitely revealing the secrets that divine masculine has been using to manipulate or control the situation, which we know has really just resulted in him hurting himself. Okay. And I would say that if you use the full moon to release your defenses. For the feminine energy, if you want to come into union with the masculine, you have to release your defenses. Now, this does not mean you welcome unconditional tolerance into your life. No. But you just lower the defenses against this person. You don't feel, like an energy of needing to protect yourself from them, but you just understand that you don't take what's going on personally and you remain open. That is how the feminine energy would respond to this. The masculine energy would need to stop fighting against the secrets and mysteries and just reveal them. Who or what should I release from my past to move on? We have here the King of Cups, and I love this version of him because if we turn his throne around, we can see how blocked he is in communication and how he relies on, this is a dolphin here, telepathy in order to communicate is a big aspect of this particular king. And then we're getting the 3 of Wands in reverse, which is about something being overdue. like something being long overdue. So, and it's about impatience and about not having faith. And so the divine masculine is, this is what he needs to, this placement is, who or what should I release in order to move on? Well, he needs to release his impatience with himself about his inability to express, because he has to embrace that it comes from the heart of the King of Cups, which is compassionate, loving, kind, caring, respectful, just, but can't reveal secrets, because if they do, they could cause a panic to ensue. And so they have to maintain this stoicism, which for the King of Swords is very easy, but for the King of Cups is very difficult, because they maintain their stoicism in the face of all of this emotion that they actually feel. So, divine masculine, you need to release the impatience with yourself about your unwillingness to express, because there's guilt energy here that's coming up. You feel guilty about making divine feminine wait. You also need to stop making her wait for your expression. You need to definitely do that. But in order to stop making her wait, you need to release any kind of guilt you have about not communicating with her for so long. And understanding that you did that from a place of love, even if it did not result in what divine feminine wanted, even if you couldn't give her what she wanted, you did that because you were trying to love and protect her, not because you were trying to be conniving or malicious. What can I learn from this current pause? We have the Seven of Cups in reverse, with this interesting image of this masculine energy on it, and he looks very confused. It's hard to see his face, but he doesn't know which decision to make. And if we look here, we can see the center of this decision is the divine feminine is there, and there are all these options, okay? And so we're getting this reversal on this, which is usually about no longer being confused, but being able to make a choice. And then we are getting the Five of Cups upright, which is a card that is about facing our darkness with light, bringing optimism to the sad times, to the sad things that have happened. So what divine masculine is learning from this current pause is, first of all, how to choose one option that he would want to be with, which in this case we know is this divine feminine energy. So to choose the divine feminine and to be optimistic, to learn optimism, to release his negativity bias, to release his clinging to, things not working out or believing that he doesn't deserve things. It's really releasing that energy. What can I look forward to once this obstacle is removed? We have the Two of Swords. Throw that on the desk here. The Versa side came out. So we're looking at this feminine with her back to us. And then we also got the Hanged Man. And we got the Hanged Man also in the Versa state here. So we have two cards that are in the darkness here. And then we have the Son of Cups, or the Knight of Cups, in reverse. So what you have to look forward to once you release this block of basically not being truthful about your situation, about the reasons why you couldn't give love and affection, about your financial situation that makes you feel unworthy, like whatever it is. you will basically it's interesting because we could have seen Divine Feminine with this blindfold on, right? But we see her turning her back on that energy. She's looking directly at the moon, which is right above her, which is the thing that will unblock, right? Revealing the reasons for the standstill. And I believe right here we have, this is a card, Hanged Man is a card about perspective, gaining perspective. And we see that there's perspective that needed to be gained on the twins here. So what I see is you will have the ability to fully express, to pour out all of those feelings and all of those emotions that you felt, masculine, during this time that was paused. You will be able to enlighten the feminine. Interesting. Not wanting to communicate. You will be able to enlighten the feminine about your reasons for not being able to communicate. You will be able to give her this perspective about why you were in suspension. And I think it was because you were being watched. Like, there were other individuals that could see what was going on, and you couldn't allow that to happen. So you will have the ability to explain this and to reveal these feelings to Divine Feminine. Now, it's possible that also going forward, you might still come up against the standstill at this present time. It's possible that Divine Feminine is not open to receive at this time because of how long she has waited for you. So you might be able to reveal all of these things to her, but you have to embrace the possibility that Divine Feminine may not be open to receiving love from you because of the situation. There is that potential. I would be remiss if I didn't say that, because this is the potential future outcome. So while you are going to be able to explain, you still have to have faith and trust that the Divine Feminine is going to be compassionate and understanding and willing to receive your cup at this point. And remember, this is your head and your heart. So these are things that you're afraid of. So if you're afraid of that and you're worried about that, then you need to shift into the subconscious limiting belief that is making you believe that you would have to fight somehow to get the feminine to lower her defenses, when in fact you may not. And we'll get more for you from your oracles after we go now and look at the feminine side of self. The general energy surrounding where the feminine is blocked is the Page of Wands in reverse and the 8 of Wands in reverse. So where she feels blocked is in receiving any communication at all. This is no communication. The Page of Wands in reverse is like not even small communications or small gestures. This is just no communication. Now, this might be her feeling like she is unwilling to communicate. That came up a lot during the reading on Monday for the feminine energy of being like, from my personal experience to my DM being like, bitch, I will not communicate with your ass, right? I will not be communicating with you until you communicate with me, right? That was a big theme that was coming up. And my phone is like, dang, not communicating with you until you communicate with me. So this is surrounding this block. Like, Divine Feminine is refusing to communicate for valid reasons in her mind, of course, right? You know, in my mind, I have communicated countless times and literally gotten zero response outside of vague posts that could not even be responses. I could just be making it up. So for me to send any kind of message at this point is like humiliating. Like, I can't even think about it. So feminine is feeling that same thing. She's feeling like she doesn't understand why communication doesn't come in, and she's certainly not excited about sending any communication herself. So let's look at the actual block. I am like fucking universe reads you to filth, and we're like, God damn it. Okay. In the headspace, we've got the Ace of Pentacles, and in the heart space, we've got the Queen of Wands. Now, this is a block. So, how is this functioning as a block? Well, divine feminine's ego and pride are too much for her to make an offer of peace at this time, or to maybe even receive the offer, right? We saw over here, divine masculine's looking at potentially being held, waiting for the feminine to make her decision about whether she will even receive this cup or not. So the feminine is blocked in giving or receiving an offer because of her pride and her ego. And I will say what I said on Monday, which is if my pride, it's 7:11 on the clock, if my pride is standing in the way for us to come into union because I won't communicate, then we aren't coming into union because my pride and ego are that butt sore now. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I'm like, fuck you then. If you think that you need me to open the door for you to talk to me, the door has never been closed. There was never a time when the door was closed on communication with me. You closed that door, right? So feminine is like, no. And I do feel that way. Like, I'm like, listen, I will go to another soulmate because I am not going to swallow my pride and write to you ever again. So she's blocked from coming into union. I don't even care though. Like, I don't even care. I'm like, fine, let me be blocked and coming into union because I'm a magnetic, powerful queen. Right? Do you see how that's functioning? Oh my God, I love it. But also, I'm not communicating. Who or what should I? No. Where did this block originate? Sorry. I'm trying to skip half the reading. The Star and the Seven of Cups in reverse. We already got the Seven of Cups in reverse over here for the masculine energy. So this block of her pridefulness in regards to receiving or giving any offers, it comes from her really starting to be in tune with her true value and how she shines. She has this awareness that she is a star, that she's unique, that she is special. And I think that this also is about her wishing that she would be chosen. So in this situation, for me to communicate with the masculine feels like, first of all, I don't feel convinced he would respond. So that's the main reason. The main reason is my pride is too much that I couldn't face, that I caved in and sent a message and then had the same experience I always had before, which is a basically go fuck yourself kind of experience. It's literally like him being like, hey, go fuck yourself because I'm not going to do it. Cool, thanks. Why would I invite that, right? So divine feminine wants to see the masculine energy. She wishes that the masculine energy would choose her, right? She knows that she's the masculine star. This is literally this card. It's like this side of this card. She is the one for this masculine energy in her mind and in her heart. And she is in his mind and heart too. So she wants to be chosen, and to be asked to communicate makes it feel like she's chasing, or she's the one that's choosing to try to force this situation. And that's not her role, right? She's the healer. She's the one who is pouring the unconscious into the material. She's supposed to be receiving, not taking action towards this masculine energy. This is also about her not choosing other options because she has been fixated on one person, on one wish fulfillment. She is now not able to give or receive other offers because her ego's attachment to this one desire that she had, right? So it's hard for her now to even receive or give offers to anyone else, which makes her then stuck. How is this block currently manifesting in the 3D? Wow. The 5 of Swords. Hi, Bugs Bunny. This isn't, I like your name also. That's a cute handle. But I'm actually doing a collective reading. A lot of questions get answered during this collective reading. It's about removing obstacles from yourself to be able to come into union. You can ask live questions on TikTok, Pearl's Prayers on TikTok. During the week, I usually do about 4 or 5 live reads over there. You can also go to pearlsprayers.com and click on Tuned in Tarot, and there's ways to book personal readings. But thank you for being here today. So we're getting the 5 of Swords as how this is currently manifesting in the 3D, and the Knight of something. Which Knight is this? I bet it's the Knight of Wands, but I'm going to have to look because this is a new deck for me. And honestly, it's a little convoluted. Some of the images, they're really gorgeous, but it's not clear, some of them, because I haven't learned it yet. But I'm pretty sure that's a Wands. Hang on a tick. Knight of Wands. Cups and Swords. And of course, the Wands were before that. Pentacles. Come on. What the heck? Here we go. Why is this so hard? It is not the Knight of Wands. Who is it then? Who is this bitch? It is not the Knight of Swords. Is it the Knight of Cups? Must be. Which is funny because that was the page I kept turning to, and I was like, no, it's got to be the Wands. Yep, Knight of Cups. All right. Well, fine then. So the way that this is currently manifesting in the 3D is what we saw over here, where Divine Masculine's block originated. There's the 5 of Swords for the masculine. So Divine Feminine feels completely defeated about receiving any type of offer. She does not feel that Divine Masculine is going to offer her anything because she's unwilling to communicate with him. She feels like, well, if I'm not going to do anything, nothing's going to happen, right? So fuck it then. She feels completely defeated. This is an image where Set has mutilated the body of Osiris and sent him to all the different places on the earth. And Isis is devastated and defeated by this defeat of Osiris. And she is going to have to go out and find all of these pieces of her twin to renew them, to restore them. So Divine Feminine just feels like, I'm never going to see this offer. And we know that Divine Masculine knows that's how she feels because that's coming up over here in the potential future. What's interesting is Masculine fears that she won't receive his offer, and Feminine feels he will never give it, which is exactly how I feel. It's like, I know that I can't communicate with this person. It would be beneath me at this point to say anything. He doesn't deserve my communication. He deserves forgiveness, but he doesn't deserve for me to try to start everything up again. That's so unfair to me. That is how I feel so defeated. So I'm just like, well, if I don't do anything, I know this person and I don't think that this person is ever going to come forward to me. So I give up. I give up on this masculine energy coming forward, and I'm considering other options. Right? Right? Because the block originated from not considering other options. So then we have here the what will help remove the block? The Three of Swords and the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is a card about unburdening yourself, putting down a burden, no longer carrying something, communicating, unburdening. And what you would be communicating would be how heartbroken this situation has made you. So you could remove this block by communicating how much heartbreak the separation gives you, right? Which I can't deny. It's not like I couldn't. My reluctance to communicate is because I don't want to experience heartache again, right? I don't want to be like, I wrote to you and you didn't do anything. You didn't say anything. Like, I can't bear that thought. But the only way to remove this block of being able to receive this offer and open up communication is if I face my fears of heartache and just unburden myself, which is why I feel defeated in the present moment, because my ego does not feel capable of putting myself in that frightening situation again. Like, I don't know that I will survive this last communication, right? I don't know. So that's how the feminine is thinking and feeling. The only way for her to see this communication happen is if she fully unburdens herself. Now remember, this isn't just about you. This is about your person. Your person needs to do the same thing. When you do this in your life, your person will emulate you. So if there is something that you're not expressing right now, you're not communicating, something that really causes you a lot of heartache, not even to this masculine energy, but just somewhere in your life, if you really put down that burden and really express to, you know, how much your heart hurts from not communicating with someone, the same energy can happen for the masculine person that you're focused on, who is a balance of feminine and masculine. If you start to do this in your life, even if it's not with the person because of your ego, like you can't, like your ego could be right. Your ego on this one could be right. It could be like, listen, I can't communicate. It's just going to keep us in this cycle if I do that, because that masculine energy feels guilty when I reach out instead of them reaching out to me. They also feel controlled by that. They feel like it's overbearing. But there might be other ways in your life where you don't communicate because of pride. For instance, I need you all to go to pearlspairs.com and click support. Send me a deck or book a reading. If you consume a lot of my readings for free, thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing, liking, sharing. I'm hoping that you're doing all those things that you can to help grow my channel. But I need support. I need financial support. I can't just have, no finances coming in, right? So it's hard for me. It's hard for my pride to communicate that I need that support. I have to face this fear that it hurts my heart to have to ask, to have to beg, right? But if I don't communicate what my needs are to you who are benefiting from our relationship, then I'll just keep experiencing heartache. I'll keep experiencing lack, right? So for me now to do this and say, okay, please go and help me today. Please go send $1, $5, $10, whatever you feel this reading is worth to you, or all of my readings that you consume, right? For me to do that is facing my fears that asking won't result in anything, because whenever I ask, it actually does result in people stepping up and helping out, which I am so appreciative for. I'm a single mom. I've got a dog. I live in Los Angeles. This is my only job. This and music, right? If you're going to give to charity, give to the people who you love. But for me to do that now and to not be afraid to truly ask and to keep doing that, to keep asking for help, to keep unburdening myself communication wise, the masculine energy who is healing and matching me, the person, their feminine energy inside of themselves is going to feel healed enough that the pride and ego they feel about communicating with you will start to heal. That's how this works. You don't have to go talk to your masculine right now. That might not be appropriate. Personally, I don't think it's appropriate for me to talk to my masculine. I think that is keeping him on the hook when he's not able to step up. And I want him to be free because I don't want to be in bondage. So it might not at all be about communicating to your person. But it is definitely about expressing that you need help and communicating about your heartache and your pain in a general sense in your life, which will then encourage your person to unburden with you because of the way that energy and the law of attraction works. I hope that helps and that prevents a lot of people from going and texting their masculine and being disappointed, because I don't think that's what is supposed to happen right now. It doesn't make sense. It really makes sense that the masculine must face fears to come forward to the feminine energy. And myself as a person, I have to face my fears about asking for help and communicating in other ways in my life, but not towards this masculine energy. I've already communicated with that energy countless times, right? So there's nothing left for me to say that isn't already known. Okay. So who or what should I release from my past to move on? The 3 of Cups in reverse and the 3 of Swords in reverse, which we were just holding up for the last 10 minutes. This is about third-party energies. It is also about the union and the separation. Very interesting. You have to release this heartbreak regarding third-party energy. So this doesn't have to be other relationships. We always think about it that way because of our ego. But it doesn't have to be other relationships. It can be your person's career. It can be your person's reputation that they're concerned about. It can be if they're from a different religion. It can be that they are from a different part of the world and they don't live in the same place and it's a long distance thing. It doesn't really matter what the third party energy is, but it is our focus on the heartache and the separation that keeps us blocked. And I think in this particular case where our ego is unwilling to make an offer of communication, is unwilling to really talk to this person, it is because of these tendencies that the Queen of Wands has to be jealous, to be wrathful, to be overly emotionally reactive, especially in regards to fears about an outside party. The reason I always have to qualify this doesn't have to be a person a cheating thing, is because all of the people who watch these readings are fixated on the idea that their masculine would be with another person. And this is just the worst thing, which I don't really understand, because why is that worse than, like, what if your masculine was engaging in criminal behavior? Like, what if the third party energy was that they had like this is shady behavior, right? It doesn't have to be a cheating situation. It could be that they are a criminal of some kind, or that they have engaged in criminal activity. And that could be the third party. Like, we are so focused on whether it's another individual, because our ego wants to possess the person. We want that person all to ourselves. And I got news for you. That isn't appropriate, and it's never going to happen. Ever. And if it does, then that's called enslavement. And unless you're a prison system in America, it's against the law here. ... My dog just licked like the bottom of my foot, and it just startled me, and it was also like just weird. It was just weird. Okay. What do you need, Bubby? Need some attention? Yes. Well, you're going to have to wait a minute, please. You're going to have to wait. Lay down. I'll take you out of the little while. Oh my God. I love her so much. I love her so much. Okay. So we have to release this fixation and focus on worrying about if that person is with some other type of bitch. And we have to heal the wounds of betrayal that are present, that are causing us to need that to be triggered. Hey, what are you doing back there? Did you find something good? Come on out. Come on out, please. All right. What will help us, or wait, no, is that what this is? What can I learn from this current pause? That's it. Well, you're learning a lot. The fucking Queen of Wands, bitch. The feminine is in union so much. OMG. The Eight of Swords in reverse. And the Five of Pentacles in reverse. I'm shocked because we have 4 cards. Okay, so when I shuffle, I do 4 decks. I do head space, heart space, masculine and feminine. There are 2 of those cards right now are coming up in this final placement. The Queen of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. And, I'm sorry, not 2 of those cards. 3 of the cards. Because the top of the deck for the masculine was the Eight of Swords. So what is the outcome if Divine Feminine releases her jealousy, releases, if she has third-party energy, releases any third-party energy she might have? I don't have any energy yet, but I've been looking because I've been defeated by this offer ever coming in. I'm like, look, if you're not going to come in and do it, I'm sure someone else is up for it, right? And so I've been looking for other options. I've been open to other options, which prevents the union because of the Queen of Wands energy that is very possessive. One of the options I'm considering referred to himself as a weird possessive whore. I was like, yeah, that makes perfect sense to me from our charts. We have very similar charts. I'm a weird possessive virgin though, because that was the whole point, is like he acts differently in his Venus and Virgo than I do. I take the other tack, which is, oh, I'm abstinent for a century. Great for me. So Divine Feminine, what you're learning is how to stop protecting yourself from your desires, the things that you want to attract. You're learning how to release lack mentality, lack of affection, lack of financial stability. And you're learning about how to be confident, magnetic, attractive, and not allow your ego to protect yourself from what you desire, which is an end of separation, right? So that's what you're learning. All right. And then the final placement is, what can I look forward to once this obstacle is removed? The Four of Wands in reverse and the Queen of Pentacles. This is the twin flame card. This is Radha and Krishna, which is my mind is blown today because there's only like 2 twin flame stories outside of the Plato and Socrates belief in the one soul, like the one divine soul kind of a deal. The only other source of twin flame myth comes from Osiris and Isis, pictured here on this 5 of Swords card, and Radha and Krishna. This is it. This is the only twin flame stories that exist. And in both of these stories, they are never together in physical reality. They are only ever together spiritually. There's no physical union for these twins, which is a poignant thing to me, because what Divine Feminine has to look forward to is a releasing of this fixation on the union. This doesn't mean she doesn't get to be in union. It means it's not her end all be all. What is her end all be all, what she has learned as she's come into her confidence, follows her passions, releases her tendency to protect herself from her success. She's looking at being a fully independent Queen of Pentacles, able to command her whole kingdom, prosperous, abundant, and she can give this offer to anyone. It doesn't have to be a twin flame, the twin flame person. Doesn't mean it's not going to be, but it's not going to have the hold over her that prevents her from feeling like she can actually give and receive offers. What and how can we prove this? What did I do in this reading when I got to this point where I was like, okay, where in my life am I not asking for help? Where am I not expressing that I have, because I'm afraid that I'm afraid of how it hurts to ask for things? You know, when I ask for support for legitimate work that I do, I don't know why that should make me feel like hurt my pride or ego. But it triggers me because I've had times of homelessness in my life. I've had times where I've only been able to eat the food that other people offered me, like when I was with my friends. I haven't been on the street. I want to contextualize that. I was not like on the street. I had a car or I stayed with friends, but I was displaced and I didn't have enough money to feed and clothe and shelter myself for a while. And so asking for support is very triggering. It brings up these feelings of like, why don't I just have this? Like, what's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with me. I work in the field of entertainment. That field exists purely based on people enjoying it enough to support you while you're doing it. That's it. So when I face this fear and communicate to you, please go click support. Please help me out. Please book a reading today. Like, you know, take advantage of the opportunity to work with me and also ensure that I have financial stability. What am I doing? I'm ensuring my future financial stability, and I'm not making it about this relationship anymore. I'm making it about my ability to support myself, be seen, be heard, be respected. And it's not about this union. It's not about the twin flame thing. It's like, oh, the twin flame thing helps me figure out how to be this, so that as this attractive Queen of Wands that magnetically attracts what I need to me, I attract a matching energy, a King of Pentacles. If I'm looking for that energy, I can attract that. So that is cool. All right, let's go ahead now and look at the oracles. We're going to go back over to Divine Masculine, and we're going to see, where is he blocked in coming into sacred sexual union. Now, this doesn't just mean sexy times. It means sacred sexy times. It means kundalini energy, creativity, and it means the physical union coming together of the masculine and feminine. Where is he blocked? The Six of Swords in reverse. The divine masculine is blocked in, he has a lot of uncertainty about how to experience sacred union in a new way, because he has only ever experienced like pain and strife from sexual union. It's only resulted, if it was karmic, it was resulting in drama. It wasn't satisfying, or it wasn't connected. It was emotionally detached. This is kind of a schoolgirl. There's a feeling here that the masculine has few experiences of sacred union. And so that lack of experience of having emotionally bonded, connected sacred union, this is something that blocks him. What will unblock him is not surprising. It is releasing his fears and anxieties about the pain he experienced of some type of potentially sexual trauma in the past, or that he has inflicted or caused pain on other lovers if he has had these sort of detached karmic interactions over the time that he has been trying to figure out how to come into union. He has to release the guilt, fears, anxieties associated with that in order to be able to experience sacred union with the feminine. So from my Aleister Crowley deck, I wanted to choose overall themes, okay? So this is the theme that we are carrying with us from now until the next obstacle is removed. So for the masculine, hang on a second. I have to get to the right part of this book, which is, yeah. Because in this deck, there are princesses and princes. And we just got a princess, and I want to check and see what it says about her. All right, so the theme for Divine Masculine this week is this Page of Discs or Page of Pentacles energy. This is, you can actually see that the feminine here is pregnant. It says, represents the earthy part of earth, a young woman, beautiful and strong, as if beholding a secret wonder, pregnant with all life. She is generous, kind, diligent, benevolent, preserving, ill-dignified. In its reversals, wasteful and prodigal woman at war with her essential dignity. I love that. So Divine Masculine's challenge, the weighty thing that he's dealing with this week, is that feminine energy, is her prideful energy that he's learning to navigate. This part of himself, his own pride, his own ego that we discussed about how our person has that element inside of themselves. And it is about taking small steps towards what it is that he's trying to create, right? And I would say that this is helping, taking steps towards ending the weight that the divine feminine has been enduring. So that's the overall theme for the week for Divine Masculine. Okay. Divine Masculine, you are in the shadow attributes right now of the addict, which is interesting because your block originates from the Temperance in reverse, and I said it can have to do with alcoholism and substance abuse. But addiction is not limited to substances. We have all kinds of addictions. So the masculine side of self is compromising integrity and honesty. That King of Swords, this is crazy. allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit. So for some in the collective, all of the other energy that we were dealing with the past year, families, divorces, karmic 744 on the clock, all of that has been cleaned up, handled, and eliminated. And the big surprise, the big shocking surprise that Divine Masculine has is that all of that stuff was exactly what I say at the beginning of every single reading. Every single reading I say, we're here to look at the balance between the divine masculine and feminine energy inside of ourselves, understanding that whatever state this energy in can be experienced outside of us in external environment, in interactions with others. So what Divine Masculine has rudely and shockingly discovered is that cleaning up all of that energy that he thought made him an addict didn't actually help him deal with his addiction. Because all of those things were just external manifestations of an internal state, right? This masculine gets emotionally overwhelmed, does not have a good emotional regulation system. And because of that, they will allow themselves to numb. And it is the numbing from the feelings that is blocking the masculine from coming forward. That is what's making masculine feel unworthiness, because he feels like he can't face this addiction. He feels ashamed because shame is the mistress of any addiction. He feels like he thought if he just cleaned up all of this material stuff, he would be ready for the feminine. But when he did that, he found this. The addiction exists not because of all of the external environment. The addiction comes from an internal wound that is terrifying to face and heal. And I would say something very traumatic that happened, shocking. So Divine Masculine needs to recognize and confront this addictive behavior. Your guardian angel is here to support you in making a wise decision. So you either you have made a wise decision, or if you are wanting to make a decision, you are being supported in making the most wise decision based on your experiences. Energy flows where my intention goes. This is absolutely true. I started to do a spell with one of my friends, and I haven't even activated it yet, and it's already done. Like, I'm still going to activate it because who knows what will happen once I do that, but like the intention itself, that is where the energy flowed. I set an intention. I will reach more people with my messages. I set that intention in August. On August 15th, I had 26 TikTok followers. And as of this morning, I have almost 7,000. I think I was up to like 6,950 or something this morning. So I have almost 7,000 followers. So I've way surpassed what my intention was. My intention was for 5,000 followers, and I've now surpassed that. And it's because my intention was that my messages would get out, and I had good reasons for it that weren't about my ego. It was simply, hey, you want me to do this crazy job for some reason? I was supposed to be a musician. I don't know what this card shit is all about, but like, this is your, help me reach the people you want me to reach then, because I'm not sure how to do it on my own. And the universe was like, okay. And I was in alignment with my intention. I showed up. I made the content that would give a reason for people to want to come and see what I'm doing. I was co-creating, right? So divine masculine needs to have that same awareness that the energy of creation is flowing where his intention is going. If his intention is to protect himself, is to hide, is to not speak the truth, that's where the energy flows. You're being given strength. You're being shown strength, and you're understanding and learning that strength doesn't come from our physical body. It can be expressed by our physical body, but it really comes from our connection to our emotions and our balancing of that head and the heart, so that the fear that comes from our anxieties of inadequacy and insecurities, that is controlled, right? It doesn't have power over us. This is in reverse masculine because of the emphasis here. What do you need to release? What do you need to release? We saw that you needed to release your impatience with yourself, your tendency to block expression. Release it. It's holding you back. Oh, we're getting a card we don't normally get. Giraffe Spirit. It is number 29, and it says, see the big picture. Oh, I just opened right to it. Giraffes stretch up. Giraffes stretch upward to reach the treetops and look down from a high vantage point. When giraffe spirit appears, it is a sign to observe from a higher view in all aspects of your life. It's time to stretch your neck out and broaden your view. Open your eyes to what others need or are experiencing and see the big picture you fit into. No matter how great your wisdom, knowledge, or experience, you don't want to overlook details and connections that will help you better understand yourself and your circumstances. So stretch yourself. Look beyond what catches your attention at eye level and know that not everything is as obvious as you might like it to be. Spirit will bestow upon you a new perspective that might make all the difference. So divine masculine, getting the hanged man as an outcome. There's definitely perspective that you're gaining in this experience. And even if you can't get this union to work out, it's that perspective that is helping you to be able to function in all these other ways in your life. This is the medicine that masculine energy needs, not surprisingly. Earth and nurture. This is about patience. It's definitely a Seven of Pentacles type of a feeling for me. Let's see what this book has to say. Earth supports and nurtures your plans like a gardener who tends to seeds. Hello, Lena. Earth is solid, firm, and provides the foundation needed for the results you desire. Fertile and stable, Earth is associated with the Divine Mother, birth, life, death, and rebirth. Gift yourself some time in nature. Allow the earth to restore you. Go barefoot. Sink your feet in the mud. Get your hands dirty or start gardening. You may wish to take part in the shamanic rite of being buried in the earth with the correct supervision. How comfortable do you feel connecting with this element? Does it feel natural and nurturing? Familiarize yourself with this element and its traits. Dig within to find those qualities in yourself. Feel which aspects of Earth you lack or need to hone. Draw upon Earth's magical and mysterious gifts as you rest and recharge. Under her protection, Earth will nurture and restore in you all that is required for you to move forward. This is our sacred home. We come from the earth, and to it we return. From the soil comes our food, the plants and the animals. Trees send their roots deep into the land. We are of the earth, and from the earth we are sustained and nurtured. Earthquakes and volcanoes remind us to respect our earth and not take the blessings of earth medicine for granted. Spend more time outside. Ensure you are grounded when doing spiritual work. Take up gardening. Hug or sit beneath a favorite tree. The birth of a project requires solid groundwork. Strong foundations ensure success and longevity, and visit your homeland. Earth speaks. The element to call is earth. Connect, restore, and then rebirth. Sink deeply as I nurture you. recharge, restore, to start anew. All right, Divine Masculine, that is your medicine that will help you with this unblocking. Divine Feminine, it is your turn. This is where you are blocked in sacred sexual union. The Eight of Swords in reverse. We already saw the Eight of Swords so many times, but like I don't remember in which position. Oh, here it was here. This is what you were learning in your current pause, the Eight of Swords. And then Divine Masculine, of course, started off this whole thing with the Eight of Swords. So Divine Feminine. It's interesting because I would say if this came out upright, I would be like, oh, you're blocked from sacred sexual union because you're protecting yourself from it. But this is about not protecting yourself from it. So to a certain extent, I think that you have been blocked from sacred sexual union because you feel almost like there's nothing to protect yourself from. Like there's no maybe offers or something, or there are no opportunities to go into this sacred sexual union. It can also be that you're working on that. You're releasing this tendency to protect yourself. And so that's been what you've been doing. And it could also just be a little smarmy kind of a like, well, I'm not protecting myself from union. I'm ready to go. So like wherever you fall, and I mean, I'm kind of there. I'm like, bitch, I'm not protecting myself. Like I'm not going to be with any kind of karmic bullshit. But if a soulmate walks in, girl, look out. Like there is nothing protecting me from getting on top of that at this point. And maybe that is the problem, because now that you're sort of at this point where you're like, all right, well, I'm fed up with this masculine energy that's not coming and I'm ready to like just jump on it. If you don't take your time and you're not very discerning, then it could prevent you from having a sacred sexual connection, because you might end up being in another karmic one. So it could be about that. The key to unblocking is this Ace of Swords in reverse, which is interesting. Ace of Swords is about the truth. It's about new ideas about things. It's about clarity. So I think you really need to gain clarity about what sacred sexual union means to you. Like for me, there's some very clear things about it, but it's also a little bit murky because I've not engaged in this energy before. I don't have experiences of sacred. Like I got close, but not entirely there. And most of my experiences are really, unfortunately colored by the sexual trauma I received. So it's like needing new ideas about the self. If the feeling is that there are no options and you don't even have to protect yourself because nobody's around, then it's about seeing yourself differently, having new ideas about your opportunities. If it is about like, I'm just ready to jump on any dick that walks by, it's about having really getting clarity about that the reason why you're not experiencing sacred sexuality is because you're really not being honest to yourself what that would really constitute. And your theme for the week that you are dealing with, overcoming, understanding, it's your block. It's the Ace of Pentacles, which is this wealth, prosperity, and abundance that comes from the self, and then you receive a reflection of that from someone else. So this is about really understanding what you bring to the table. I just saw my friend Kylie just posted a meme that was like, what do you bring to the table? And the chick was like, bitch, I own this table. I bought this table, right? So like this feeling of understanding like how much value you have, how much worthiness you have, your own offer. But also, I think really assessing the offers that you're getting from others as well. Is it karmic? Is it sacred? Like, look at that. In Divine Feminine, you're in the light attributes of the femme fatale right now, which is highlighting the erotic energy of the feminine and opening your heart when your dependency is rejected. So Divine Feminine, you are not allowing the masculine's rejection of you to keep you from feeling your sexiest, your best, to really feeling like entitled to that erotic energy. That's why I'm saying, like, your card is coming up and you're like, bitch, I'm not protecting myself from nothing, okay? Like, give me an offer, girl, I'm ready. Okay, you definitely are in the light attributes of this. You are not inappropriate in your desires or in your, in your looking to manifest that. Is completely appropriate. And you're not attached to money or power. You feel like you have your own money and power, and you're really just wanting to express that sexual energy of this Queen of Wands that you are. You're passionate, you're fiery, like, and you've been having to like quell this fire for so long for this person, and it's just time to not be in that energy anymore. And so you're very much in the light of this. I would say all systems go in terms of opening up to sexual experiences with whoever is not rejecting you. Sign from above, from the guardian angel. So pay attention to these messages that you're receiving today from me, the ones that if you have certain signs that you like to help you indicate, oh, I'm going in the right direction. Look for those signs today. Pay attention to them. You should be seeing an uptick in how much you're going to experience messages from the divine. You're getting this again. I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. So you're still having this gratitude about this whole journey, this sense that, like, there are a lot of ways to learn things, and I learn things by being completely in love with somebody, which some people never let themselves do. And so I'm actually thankful for that, and I feel good about what I've learned, and I feel really a lot of gratitude that I learned this. I learned to see my wounds. I learned to see my fears through this lens of loving someone else. Inspiration, which is the Queen of Wands energy. You're extremely inspired and creative and sexually charged right now, Divine Feminine. I think even cycle for me, I'm like ovulating. So like I'm like ready to create something at this point. Like this is a very, very fiery energy that's here. And you're feeling inspired to new ideas and new pursuits and new people. Another fiery energy. Look at the bigger picture, which I must say was the exact message that came out for giraffe, right? See the big picture? So everything we read to the masculine is also applying to you. Look at the bigger picture here. And then, wow, look at this. This is crazy. Be generous of spirit. The lion, which we also have the strength card come out. And then we've got the lion, so much from the Queen of Wands. So, and this is also about that ego. Okay, so let's look at the message from Colette Baron Reed and see how she says be generous of spirit, because I have a feeling I'm going to get schooled again about not communicating, and I'm just going to be like, well, that doesn't matter. I'm never coming into you. That's never happening. Okay. Wait till you hear this card. You will die. A healthy ego means you ease God's order instead of edging God out. Lion Spirit's appearance is a reminder that you have been given the gift of pride and a healthy sense of your worth to express your divine, authentic self in a unique way. You are both the king and the queen, secure in your prosperity and wisdom, and generous of spirit as you help others. Take pride in your ability to serve from the heart. Contentment with what you have right now allows you to use your resources wisely as you give to others in ways that educate, heal, and delight. Be proud, yet humble. Practice gratitude, and you will find that the accolades that come to you are no match for the joy of knowing what you have been able to do for others through expressing the bounty of generosity within you. Lion Spirit knows there is a great savanna before you, and many who will benefit from the healthy expression of your unique set of gifts. If you choose to work in partnership with Spirit, all your relationships flourish as you express your worth and generosity of spirit with humility and kindness. What a blessing you can be to all. I can't make it up. This is a beautiful, beautiful way to end the divine feminine side of this reading, because it is the absolute lesson that she is learning. Being generous of spirit is literally the block. Divine feminine, you're afraid to give things away because you feel like you're not going to get it back, right? So it's hard for you to give things away. You know, I do almost 2-hour readings. My readings are $100 an hour. So I give $200 of my time every morning, for the most part, to those who come here and watch. And when I do that, I open myself up to even more abundance and prosperity than before, when I would only read for people. I actually didn't read in a way where I charged people, because I would really only read for my friends and family myself, but I hoarded my gifts or my skills. I didn't share them with others. And now that I do that, I'm absolutely able to be this queen. So if I'm withholding in other areas, if I'm like not spending my money because I'm afraid it's not going to come back to me, if I'm not communicating with my masculine because I'm afraid he won't communicate with me, all those things are about our ego being afraid of looking stupid. It's like, so what? So I write to my masculine and I'm like, hey, I guess I have to write to you again. Guess I have to tell you about how much it hurts me that you have not said a word to me after all that you have, teased out for the past year. It really hurts me that I'm the one that has to communicate right now. And I really need for you to communicate back to me. Like, what's the worst outcome of that? My ego is like, well, you'll feel stupid. Okay? So I feel stupid. But what if me being like, hey, this makes me feel so stupid to write to you again, but I don't care because I love you so much that I will be willing to feel stupid again on your behalf. That's the worst possible scenario. You know that I love you right now and I feel stupid because I love you. Okay, fine. Be stupid then. I would rather you were stupid and loved people than smart and lived all by yourself in your tower, like never able to communicate, never able to humble yourself, right? That's nice, but I'm still not going to send that message to my fucking masculine. It's not happening. It's fine. Maybe I should never come into union so that I can always have content for people who need to come into union. Maybe that's my role in this world. Stone people fixed and set in stone. This is about knowing. It's an inner knowing. This is the medicine I need to heal my huge, massive ego. But you know what? Y'all love it or you wouldn't be here. If I had any less of an ego, I would be so much less interesting. All right, let's go. A knowing will be revealed to you. Stone people are the record keepers of the planet and hold the knowledge you now require. Connecting with these teachers stirs ancient, buried memories of honoring nature and shamanic ways. You know deep within that this is the truth of who you are. You have spent many nights staring at stars, feeling the magic of a wooded grove and hearing the whispers of the ancestors in the breeze. Great mystery surrounds stone circles. The stones hold the secrets of all they have witnessed. There are many aspects of history that are still to be discovered. Stone people brings you back to your very roots. Slow your mind to connect with this energy, and the right stone will be put in your path. It might be a tiny pebble, a rock, or a large boulder. Hold the stone so that your past is revealed and unanswered questions can come to light. Breathe in the knowledge that stone people wishes to impart. Be ready for that aha moment. In Greek mythology, Deucalion and Pyrrha survived a great flood by throwing stones over their shoulders as they fled. In doing so, they created a new race to repopulate the earth. When we look to the mountains, we are looking at 300 to 500 million years of history containing fossilized remains of animals, fish, shells, and plants. They are the oldest and wisest record keepers of this earth. Be clear about your intentions. Investigate thoroughly before proceeding. Some information you require will be presented unexpectedly. That keeps coming up. Unexpected news, unexpected information keeps coming up in all the readings I'm watching. A return to study. You know more than you realize. Be open to esoteric information. Meditate at a sacred stone circle. So those are all the messages. And then Stone People speaks. Silently, we've watched the past. Memories saved within to last. Greet our faces in the rock. Ancient knowledge to unlock. So you know deep within you this truth of who you are. And you know that the Queen of Wands is the divine feminine. She's the spiritual queen. She is magnetic. All right, let's finally close out the reading. This is where the divine feminine and masculine are blocked from sacred sexual union. We have the Six of Cups. This is reuniting. So they are blocked right now because they are both focused and stuck in the past. And they are having trouble reuniting because of their focus on the past versions of each other. What will unblock them is the star. It is the revealing of the divine feminine energy that has been hidden inside of self. It is the allowing 8:11 on the clock, allowing this wish fulfillment to occur. It is healing the places that hurt from the past, taking what we want, this new life, this new interaction, this new rebirth, and pouring that into the material. And I see that there is an energy that is assisting this feminine. It is working together with the feminine energy that will help unblock for sacred sexual union. This is the theme the two twins are dealing with this week. The Hanged Man. The suspension, the perspective that is being gained during this pause, this time where we are just surrendering completely to the divine and allowing it to show us the truth in a relationship where the truth has been hidden. So we're getting this perspective this week from the divine. You are both in the light attributes of the Messiah, which is funny because it says serving humanity with humility. Really humble? I don't know, but apparently the universe sees me as serving with humility. And seeing as it was difficult for me to ask you to go to prosperous.com, book a reading, and support me, I guess normally I am not trying to serve with humility, because humility requires that I don't have the ego that would prevent me from asking you to support me, right? Love that. All right, so the two of you right now are serving humanity with humility. Be brave. Seeing as the Strength card and the Queen of Wands came up so much today, I would say that we do need to keep continuing to control our ego, but we need to be brave and courageous and face the fears that are holding us fixed in place. In any moment, I can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. Now, we already said that the theme for this week is this hanged man energy, and that prayer of surrender to me is emphasizing that that is the theme of this week. Surrendering to new perspective. Happiness is available to you right now. I'm happy. I've never broken up with my masculine and been happy before. But I am, because I didn't really break up. I just released the attachment to it working out in the physical. But I have unconditional love for my person forever. So it's sad, but also it's fine. Like, I'm not diminished. I was already whole, right? There is happiness here for the both of you to experience. You just have to tune into it. Don't let your past hold you back. Don't even need to really go into this card because it came up with the sexual energy. You are letting the past hold you back from union. Don't let it. Don't let what masculine has always done determine how you go forward, because you must believe in healing. You must believe in the masculine's ability to shift and change and grow. This is a powerful card to get on Obstacles Removed Day because it is overcome any obstacle. And it is Rhino Spirit. Let us read the protection message from Rhino Spirit. It is: the appearance of an obstacle in front of you offers a choice. Barrel into it and bang your head, or find your easiest way around it and don't fight it. Are you exhausted by your efforts to break through an obstacle? Are you stubbornly insisting that there is only one way to remove it from your path? Rhino Spirit is here to tell you that sometimes the answer is no. Sometimes it is no, not yet. And sometimes it is no, not the way you think it should be. Open to new possibilities, and you will find other options begin to appear. Not every conflict is worth engaging in, and not every obstacle is worth resisting head on. Don't waste energy banging your head against the wall. Profound. Okay. And this is the final card, the final closing card. This is the medicine for both of you. It is actually the medicine bag, and it says treasure on it. And it would be hard to find it in that book because that is not the correct book. Medicine bag says, you are being called to walk the medicine way. Gather up all the little artifacts, trinkets, photos, those things that carry special meaning for you, and select the most precious. Use these items to create your very own medicine bag. You can add treasured memories to your bag by associating them with tangible objects. A found memory of the sea might be represented by a special shell. You will soon need this medicine bag to further your spiritual journey as protector and way shower. You will come into your power as one who can heal emotional wounds and help others to do the same. The medicine bag is most potent when worn around the neck, but can also be kept in a pocket bag, attached to a belt, or somewhere sacred within the home. The strength, guidance, and energy you can draw from it can always be accessed. It is important to remember and learn from past experiences to create a brighter future. The medicine bag will help you remain calm when it comes to affairs of the heart. Made of cloth or leather, a medicine bag, also known as a crone, druidic crane, or spirit medicine bag, is worn around the neck and over the heart center as protection from the past and the future. It can contain stones, herbs, bones, hair, fur, feathers, shells, and or other small sacred objects. The medicine bag helps the holder to be in relationship with the world around them whilst connecting to the power of the supernatural. Allow old memories to surface. Remember the past fondly. Look through pictures, photographs, and other memorabilia to reconnect you with the feelings that make you you. Gather tools that enhance who you are and can assist you on your path. Medicine bag speaks. Adorn me with findings like feathers and jewels. I offer protection for your sacred tools. Placed around neck, wear me on your heart, connecting with spirit and never to part. I keep picturing a locket, that my masculine wears that I'm convinced has my picture in it. I could be wrong. But I see it on my masculine all the time. And actually, there used to be more than one. And I think that was when he had more than one person. But now the one that I do believe holds my picture is almost always on his neck. So you can create something like this for yourself to remember this person. Because you don't have to remember the lesson that came up today. We had Radha and Krishna, and we had Isis and Osiris. And these are the twins these are the historical twins, right? The twins from myth. And all that we have of them are the memories from the stories of their lives. And during their lives, all they had were the memories of each other because they did not have physical union. So this is like releasing this need for physical union and allowing yourself to hold the space within your heart for that person who brought you into union in yourself. That person is always very special. Like and it's the person who taught you unconditional love. So you're being called right now to remember each other this way, not in conflict, right? Not in defeat, not in heartache, not in pain, not in separation. Focus on the union that is always available to you. Always, always, every moment, every second that you draw breath for eternity. It's the same union you have with the divine. Present with this person that has an ego that you feel drawn to, right? All right. I hope that you were helped today by today's reading, that you received insight that you needed. And if you need any personal readings, again, go to pearlsquares.com, book one today. I have an opening, I think today. I actually have a much tighter schedule tomorrow. But it looks like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I do have openings available. So get in on my books while you can. And I will see you for the Friday's reading of Release and Rebuild. Oh, and actually now I am doing Tell Me Everything Spreads here on YouTube as well. So I'm going to be on YouTube probably 3 days minimum, closer to 5 days a week. And then 6 days a week, I am on TikTok doing the mini reads over there and live readings also. So thank you so much for being here today. I shall see you again, I guess tomorrow, here on Tuned in Tarot. Take care.